Hi. Okay, so you're going to be reading two stories this week. One's going to be a fiction story and one's going to be a nonfiction story. And the fiction story is going to be about a little girl. Her name is Amber, and she has a problem and she needs to come up with a solution. And so you're going to read the story about Amber, and she's called Owl Face by a friend, and it hurts her feelings. And it's kind of how she deals with her feelings and what she chooses to do to honor God, even though she's upset about something. So, what I want you to do is on the first day, you're going to read a little bit of the story, and you're going to do these parts. And then here's the grammar, and this is the R and the OR sound, R and OR. So you have to decide whether this is AR or OR is going to fit in here. And then this one, you're going to pick the correct word that goes with it. The next day, you're going to continue reading the story. So maybe 80, so the first one is 76 to 84. Then the next day you'll read 85 to 91. And this is when you're going to learn some new vocabulary. Some of the words that you have are pulled and bind. Bind means to wrap up. Whispered. I think you know what whispered means. Examined. Examined is a fancy word for saying look at something. You can examine somebody's wound, or you can examine someone's behavior, or you can examine something like that. And then there's another good one that's called quiver, and it's like shivering because the story takes place in a snowy time in a snowy place. So you're going to complete this one here. And then again with this one's the sounds again, but this one is IR, UR, and ER. And so you're going to color the owl that makes the sound, the year of her, the year of nurse, the year of first. And then here you're going on the bottom, you're going to pick some of these words that will complete this sentence. It's kind of tricky because there's a couple that could possibly work, but you want to make sure you read the sentence, use those reading strategies, read the sentence, and pick the word that makes the most sense in there. The next day, this is from the beginning to the end of the story. You're going to answer these questions based on what Amber says, her mom says, or her dad says, and then you're going to complete and answer the questions, who did what. And then here on the back, this is another using those vocabulary words that we talked about: quiver, whisper, bind. And then there's another one for screen. So screen has multiple meanings. The first screen is kind of like what I'm thinking of, the like screen time, like computer screen. But also, like, have you ever had, do you have a screen on your window? So when you open the window, nothing can come in or out, like no bugs can come in or out. And so you'll see there's going to be some talk of a screen in the book too. So Owl Face is the first story. Then on Thursday and Friday, because it'll probably be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for you if you want to do it that way. However you choose. The next 2 days, you're going to read a story. It's called Wise About Owls, because, owls are supposed to be real smart and wise. So you're going to learn about owls. You're going to learn about where they live, what they do, how they live. And then you're going to just read the whole story through so that you know the answers to the first and second question. So the first one here is, this is like about their behavior, where they live. And then on the back, we're talking about when you have to double the consonant. So like you have the word chat. So if you and I were having a chat, then we would be chatting to someone on the outside. They would see chatting. When you have things that end in a hard consonant like ch, with like the t sound or the g sound, or let's see, the p sound, any of those harder sounds that ends at chat, you're going to add another consonant before adding the ER, the ING, or the ED. So like chatter, it's CHAT for chat, but then chatter is CHATTER. So you're just doubling the consonant when it ends with a consonant, single consonant, hard sound. Okay, so that is this one. There's only 6. It's not too bad. I think you can handle it. And then the last day of your pages, and the last one you're going to do is, first you're going to do a word web. So you're going to look through here, and you're going to, after you read it, you're going to know what these are. So whether it's food, like mice, or its habitat, like trees. And as you're reading through the story, you'll find that there are more than just a few things that rabbits don't, or they don't eat just rabbits. They eat more than just rabbits, or they don't live in just trees. So you'll find those things out and through here. So you'll cut those out and glue those here. And this is a grade. And then here on the back, we're looking for R, or sounds. So AR, OR, and then either the of her, the of nurse, the of first. And so read the word and then find the sound or the R sound or the O sound. R and O or sounds in here. And you'll just circle the correct sound that's in there. They're right there in the middle of each of the words. So that is your reading. Shouldn't be too bad. I think you'll really like the stories. I really like nonfiction stories. And we used clay, and we made some clay owls. So I'm going to put this in here because the boys and I made this for you. This was just kind of a craft activity we did. So you can have this to keep as part of your owl face present. Because you weren't here to make it with us. And my clay was going to dry out, so I wanted to make sure you got one. So that is your reading. And if you have any questions, let me know.